Sanjay from GlidAR. I'm pretty sure you would have seen all these advertisements floating around about Sri Lanka's first ever augmented reality lifestyle magazine. I'm seated with the founder and CEO Dilshad Wise.
Hi everyone.
And we're going to talk about what the whole hype is about Sri Lanka's first ever augmented reality lifestyle magazine. Stay tuned. So Dilshad, what's the whole deal with GlidAR? What's GlidAR about? What does GlidAR stand for?
So Sanjay, GlidAR is an augmented reality company. What we focus is on augmented reality technology being used in multiple ways, such as our initial focus right now is to use it in a marketing platform. So we understand that in multiple markets where traditional media is still being used by day to day, in a data-driven world today. So basically what we are trying to do is use augmented reality into this traditional media and provide people with the satisfaction of having traditional media and also having the satisfaction of giving them data using the tech. Plus we also are able to show really good video content, 3D models and bring them to life through your smartphones in the actual world in real time. So people can enjoy something that is not exactly there through their smartphones and maybe even wearable devices.
Okay. So for a layman,
Yeah.
which are not who work at GlidAR,
Yeah.
what does augmented reality means? What is augmented reality for them?
So for that question, I would say for them, augmented reality would stand out where they can see 3D pop-ups of video contents, so something new that cannot be seen through their naked eye through a camera lens or a wearable devices in the real world.
So what you're telling me is if I have the magazine
Yeah,
and the GlidAR app, if I'm right, yeah?
that's right.
And I open the app, I hold it over the magazine, is it how it works?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So what
I know that. Yeah, so when I do that, I get 3D pop-ups and videos.
Yeah, that's right. So this particular magazine, what we are focused is to make sure that we introduce this technology to Sri Lanka in a gradual pace.
Okay.
So according to our research, we found out that Tradition magazine is one of the key elements of marketing in Sri Lanka even today.
Mm-hmm.
So we integrated our technology through the GlidAR application to this magazine.
Okay.
So what we have done here is that when every time you scan, you'll be able to see really good content from the exact video popping out and showing you a brand information throughout the whole 20 to 30 minutes, 30 seconds.
Alright, that's good. Shall we have a test run on how it works?
Definitely, let's go.
Alright. So Dilshad, one of my colleagues, just scanned it and she saw the magazine comes to life with a beautiful video of this really nice place, Flamingo House. So other than the video effects, other than a 3D model popping out, what other benefit is out there?
Like I said before also, Sanjay, like in a data-driven world, a lot of marketeers today focus on getting analytics for themselves.
True.
So we can actually provide analytics from this magazine. Whereas you ask the same question for all the general magazines, what you'll be able to, the reply you'll ideally be able to get is the readership on X amount, distribution points on X amount. Those are the normal answers you'll get. I mean, maybe even the number of sales.
Yes.
But besides all these factors, which we are also focusing on, we can give pinpoint analytics on who are the individuals who are scanning the magazine.
Okay.
We don't give out their personal information, but we give all this data in an analytical form to our clients, so that way they can use this raw data to retarget them, their clients again on Facebook. Yeah, exactly.
Decisions and on.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's really nice. So I went through the magazine.
Yeah.
I had to.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really lovely. The content is really nicely written, and the graphics looks way excellent. Can you talk a bit about the team behind the magazine?
Yes. So I would have to really at this moment mention two really good individuals. That's the internship Fatina Suhail and also our art director Tuan Shahan, who did extremely well. They had late tireless nights redoing the magazine from inch to inch, trying to perfect it to the best of their abilities. They were followed up with a team of 5 to 6 members, but with all these hurdles coming in, they managed to deliver the magazine on time, and we went to print. We are available in multiple distribution points, plus we sold out on Takatsu Suzuki.
True. So we'll talk further about the GlidAR magazine on the next issue. Moving on to AR, the AR technology. We had a look at the magazine.
Yeah.
Let's talk a bit about the GlidAR app. So this is where basically we'll be showing the app videos and stuff like that. So this will be just the audio. Remember that channel?
Mhm.
Okay. So how was the app made?
So how was the app made? So
What did, how like, so our tech name,
Yeah.
what did they think of when they were making the app? Did they just want to have an augmented reality app scanner, or did they want it to make perhaps be like a daily driver? Or how?
Yes, so actually we wanted to be both, because when we initially the tech team looked at developing an augmented reality application, it was very basic, as in very not basic, but I'd like to say it was very straightforward, where you have an augmented reality camera, and through that camera you operate all the augmented reality content and anything that you want to display or to do with augmented reality. But we realized in our research that these augmented reality applications have a very low retention rate. So we needed another feature that was coming in that helped with the lifestyle pack that we are going with, and also to complement the AR feature on a day-to-day basis, so people can understand and relate and use this application on a day-to-day basis with the augmented reality technology. So we brought in other elements to the application, such as listings, and we categorized it from restaurants to outlets, hotels, all this. And now we work with hotels, restaurants to make sure that these listings are available for our end users. Plus, exclusive promotions through the Glide app is being promoted in the application for them to be enjoying this application. So again, it has two phases, where a user does not know anything about AR can also experience and redeem these promotions, claim them, enjoy our exclusive deals by being a GlidAR app user. At the same time, you can use the AR camera to see the campaigns that are going on, our 3D models, scan our magazine, obviously, our AR content, campaigns, and experience the whole new futuristic element of augmented reality through the application.
So that's almost like an extension of the magazine, because the
Yes.
magazine is also about lifestyle. Right?
That's right. Because we had that on the back of our mind, because we knew magazine was going to be our first product. So we wanted to create a whole lifestyle application with augmented reality technology that supported the magazine and goes hand in hand with the magazine.
So for anyone else who are using AR solutions, this is still the app they need to use, right?
Yeah, so we do customized solutions. So there are two sides to it. So one thing, we can run the customized solution, the solutions through the Glide application itself. That's for a particular client base where they want to reach out to a much more big audience. But at the same time, some clients prefer exclusivity. So for this, we do white label applications to make sure that we provide them with the right technology and their branding to make sure they experience it in their particular teaching.
Okay, so Richard, why not talk about the general augmented reality market? What's happening in 2019? Who are the key players? Any new developments? What can we expect?
Okay, so talking about 2019 or currently about AR, I can easily say there are so many big tech players that are backing up this technology, starting with Microsoft, who came up with their HoloLens recently. They use AR, VR, mixed reality to display through their wearable device. Then at the same time, AR kit that is done by iOS and Apple. They are developing multiple solutions, a platform where people can come and develop applications, and so is Google. Even in Google I/O, they were talking about augmented reality and how it's used in their Google Maps, and how they'll be rolling out in much other forms soon. So today, I can easily say, since some of these major players are backing up this technology, there's wearable devices being manufactured, new designs being looked at, where it can be more sleek, more day-to-day user-friendly methods. So
Not like one of those bulky.
Exactly. So like it is evolving, and I can easily say by 2022, this industry is going to be a much bigger, drastic industry with so many variables, so many wearable devices, so many other solutions that people can be looking at to make their life much more easier. And according to BBC, I can easily say it's expected that augmented reality this industry is supposed to grow to about $200 billion. Yeah, that's a huge growth.
So to a general marketer and agency, that means this is the platform. Perhaps this might be the next revolution.
Yes.
That they need to be ready for their marketing campaigns.
Exactly. They for sure have to be ready. Not only marketeers, I feel like all industries have to be ready and must adapt to this technology as we go on, because this is I feel like this is going to be one of those technologies where it's now or like later. So either you adapt or you die, because like there were so many technologies before. Let's take for example the smartphones that we use. We were used for a massive smartphone with not smartphone, mobile device.
Big phones.
Big phones, basically, with numbers and so on. But today, the phones don't even have any switches or any clickable device. It's just a complete display. So these evolutions happened, and people had to adapt, and people did adapt. Similar way, the technology is growing on a day-to-day basis, and augmented reality will also tend to grow, and it will be an adaptation thing where the first to adapt will reap more benefits.
So market seems pretty good going ahead. How ready is GlidAR to make sure they get a good big piece of the market share?
To be very honest with you, Sanjay, like I can easily say that we came up with one of the very unique products in Sri Lanka right now, and that key product is doing extremely well in the market. So besides that, we will be launching few other products to the market very soon, and also along those lines, we are working with some very important key brands to ensure that like we provide customized solutions for them, so that way they can these early adapting brands will be able to make sure that their marketing or their day-to-day activities through AR are run smoothly. Plus, we also have a very dedicated research team whose job is on a day-to-day basis to go through the AR technology and like the new trends of AR technology, to experiment on this technology to see what else we can bring to the market, what more value addition we can create to our clients, and how we can benefit from this technology as we move on for our future.
Right now, I'm going to do something very interesting, because most of y'all might be thinking, why is the printer in the middle? So that's the name of the show, Printer in the Middle at GlidAR. So these are some of the real questions our customers ask when we go for pitches, when we go for presentations, blah, blah, reality. We try to get them into the market. So why not we take some time to perhaps answer these questions and perhaps ease out their doubts for the video viewers as well. So the first question is just coming out. I'm a real estate developer agent. How can augmented reality help me market better?
Actually, Sanjay, I think you are more capable of answering this question, but still, what I can say is now, you see most of these real estate companies have their own 3D walkthroughs, AutoCAD files, all this displayed through a monitor and so on. But at the same time, they also advertise on magazines, leaflets, digital media. But what if I can easily connect them and attract the users who are planning on investing in real estate much faster, or to give them additional wow factors for them to experience what they are going to purchase beforehand. So what we do at GlidAR is that we can actually create a complete 3D model of their apartments or like their buildings, houses, etc., and make them be displayed in print material, social media, anywhere where you take the GlidAR application, you scan, you'll be able to experience the entire model in front of you. You can walk through it, you can see what are the elements into it. So this user actually, before he even walks in to talk to the sales agent, knows exactly how it's going to be. And not only that, generally you will see, even if you were to go and buy an apartment, you would first go and meet the agent alone, have a look at the entire interior, exterior, and then visit again. Then maybe third time you'll take your family. It's a long process, right? So you can even cut down on this process, like where you go, you like it, you can easily give a rough idea to your family saying this is what it looks like, open your camera, display the model in front, and be like, this is what we have an idea of buying. This is the ideas. Give all the information that they need. So you can at that particular point itself you can identify whether these your family or your significant other is interested in this. So then that makes the process faster, easier for the sales agent and for the decision maker.
True. So just adding on that, as a marketer, most people think we're just going to be like those irritating salespeople. No. So real marketers actually care about delighting the customer, giving them like a pleasant surprise. So recently we were at like a prominent real estate developer. They are very interested on coming on board our solutions plus the magazine. One of the questions they asked is, there's a lot of magazines that are well established. What are you going to do? I was like, take an example. You take the magazine, you flip through the pages. People will just continue to flip through pages. No matter even if it's a really nice graphic, it's a really nice 3D graphic of your apartment, they will still flip through if they are interested. In GlidAR, the magazine, that's not the story. They take the app, they enjoy videos, they are hooked. They will go to the next page, they'll say what it is about. Now just imagine your apartment business basically. You have a double spread and the 3D models popping out slowly, just one by one. If it's like a whole real estate development city kind of a thing, it'll pop out really nicely. Making sure the user's attention is hooked onto it. They're not just gonna flip through it. So in a time where users' attention span is almost to a goldfish, that's not true, but here they're trying to get more attention to your brand and make sure the user gets a very delightful surprise. That is something augmented reality can do, and that is something the GlidAR magazine can do as well.
Definitely.
Alright, so moving on to the next question. Okay, this is interesting. AR for publications. How AR can be used in a connected future? So publications is other magazines, other books, other publications. How is AR going to change the game?
So I feel like AR in other publications and other books will be predominantly used in the education industry. Or like even on a, let's say, storytelling industry, where people are curious, and like you said, the attention span of a person has reduced drastically. So you have to be able to capture their attention in a very short period of time. So augmented reality can just display a quick brand message about the book, a summary of the book in a storytelling method, or even in education to make sure people engage with the brand, and like students engage with the brand and understand and interact with human body, for example, so that way they can like dismantle it, see what's happening, how the entire flow works, and instead of looking at a book and a page, they can have a 3D complete object or a complete descriptive video being played, so that gives more information to them in a very short period of time.
Alright. So basically books become more interesting.
Yes, that's right.
And moving on, perhaps even if books are to be non-existent, which we hope it doesn't, AR will still be able to give you the education or whatever it is.
That's right, because AR alone will be able to provide education, and the technology alone can do that. But I don't see AR as any threat for the the books or any other print media or publication, because the way we are trying to implement the technology, or most of the globe is trying to implement the technology, is where this goes hand in hand. So like you have your book, you can read everything you need from that, understand it, but the 3D models or the video that is played on top is just additional information to attract you, make sure you engage with it, make sure you understand it better, to visualize all your data in front of you.
So it's going to be more like gradual changes rather than sudden overhauls.
Exactly, that's right.
Okay, so yeah, that actually adds value and makes more sense, because for like prominent daily news publishers, just imagine your newspaper can also support the small video snippets you put out on your social media channels of like a prominent politician giving a speech, or like a very important news scene, an accident or whatever. Just imagine that photos could be converted into videos on the paper itself. That makes a lot of sense and adds a lot of value to the reader and the publisher.
Definitely.
Okay, so moving on to the third and the last question.
Let's take some time.
We have a very slow Wi-Fi. Okay, this is really interesting. This is something our sales team, our business development team is always trying to get on board. AR for education. What's the deal with that?
So AR for education, like I told you in the previous point also, just like I feel like this could be a place where people actually reap a lot of benefits. So the previous generations, the generations before us, the current generation, they still do the very traditional way of reading through books and getting this information. But at least the current generation and to a certain extent our generation had the ability or the resource to go on the internet to see what is available, to YouTube, Google, certain informations to find out what is necessary to understand in more depth on certain subjects. But this also can be a way for young people to get distracted easily. So what we can do is, like I said, support the current books, like make sure the current education guidelines have the AR technology integrated to it, so that way not only that you are reading a complete book, you understand the knowledge from the book, but also give an additional 3D model, a nice video playing with the summary of the entire lesson. So that way the 3D model gives you a small breakdown, an interactive method for your gamified version maybe. So that way it stays in the student's mind, and like it's easy for that person to relate and understand this, and also keeps the student from distracting, and make sure that this education, the entire subject is properly covered from 1 to 10.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So that's a really interesting TED Talk video. Link below, make sure you watch it. There, the speaker argues on that our brain is designed in a way where we would actually learn a lot more, remember a lot more, and absorb a lot more of knowledge if we can give that education in a three-dimensional way. What he's basically telling is what those memory wizards do, like they create those lanes, pathways inside your brain where you put certain information there, and you know you have to walk on this road and turn left to get that information.
That's right.
It's a three-dimensional way.
That's
so
right.
Augmented reality can enhance that. When you open a traditional book, emphasis on the word traditional, it's just two-dimensional. It's images and lines of words. But with augmented reality, you can buy a HoloLens or like a Magic Leap headset, just put it over your head, and then the whole human anatomy can come to life. A model of an engine or whatnot, and those information is three-dimensional. It will make your child or whoever, even if an undergraduate or postgraduate, access that information really fast. And I feel like augmented reality will change the game. They will make sure, I'm pretty sure they will disrupt the whole education sector, and that is something GlidAR is focusing on as well, right?
Yes, GlidAR is currently focusing on that as well, because like I said in the start, I think augmented reality is a very vast area. There's so much you can do, multiple solutions for multiple industries that you can provide. So GlidAR, like I said, our tech team, our research team on a day-to-day basis is focusing on multiple industries and how we can implement augmented reality to all these industries to make sure the quality of life basically increases. So that is one of our key elements of focus right now. Yes.
Alright, that was very enlightening couple of minutes we had. Thank you very much for sitting down with me, Dilshad.
Thank you, Sanjay, for having me.
Alright, so next week we're going to focus more in depth about the GlidAR magazine and how the GlidAR magazine will change the advertising game in Sri Lanka. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, thank you very much for watching this week's episode. Next week we'll be discussing about the general advertising landscape in Sri Lanka and how GlidAR is changing the print game. Make sure you like us, subscribe, and stay tuned for more updates.